And it's a delight to have you join us on this program, Road to EDO 2024. I am Wilson Marshall. Today we have representative of one of the aspirants in the All Progressives Congress. Remember that tomorrow, according to schedule and report, is the primaries, and we have two representatives of Honorable Clem Agba. Yes, an APC aspirant will tell us the reason why they feel that Clem Agba is the man to beat in the primaries, and of course, if peradventure by God's grace he scales through and becomes a candidate, become the governor of Edo State. I have Comrade Tony Era, a rep of Clem Agba, APC governorship aspirant. Comrade, welcome to Road to Edo 2024.
Good evening, Wilson.
Good evening,
Thank
comrade.
you for having us on your set.
All right. Very close to me, so another rep of Clem Agba, APC governorship aspirant, Comrade Joseph Izegbe Alfred. Hope I got that name correct.
Very correct.
All right. Well, let's put the show on the road. Now, why do you think that Clem Agba should be the next governor of Edo State, Comrade Era?
Well, thank you very much for the question. Prince Clem Agba, for a man I have known for so many years now, since 1980, is a man of excellence. He's a man who has foresight. He's a man who is dynamic. And he's a man also who is development oriented. And it is not just by saying it. I am using precepts and examples to say who actually he is. He has come from very, very far. Like I told you, I knew him as a HSC student at Advanced College Igwebe in 1980.
That's for 3 years, good 44 years now since you've known him.
Yes.
Wow, that was interesting.
I've always known him to be somebody who is useful, somebody who is purposeful, and somebody who doesn't have an air of authority, although he has royalty in him.
Yeah.
Being the son of the late Oliola, the king of Uzano, in Esako East local government of Edo State. So I have known him, and when it came to a time when Oshiomhole, Oshiomhole became a governor in Edo State,
Yeah.
he came in and we had a reunion again after knowing ourselves for so many years. And when he came, I saw the lot he put into this government, in the Oshiomhole's government.
Okay.
If there's anything that people give Oshiomhole government for credit today, and there are so many, I think Agba should be one of those behind those things that Edo people have seen as progress today.
All right.
Then after that, he also became Minister of State for Budget and National Planning. And for almost 10 years now, I've lived in Abuja. We work together, and I've been able to see the lot he had brought into the the federal government.
All right.
And so many projects he had brought to the country, and almost 100 he brought across to Edo State, across the 3 senatorial zones.
All right. Now, talking about him serving then as a minister of the Republic of Nigeria, he was accused of focusing more on Edo North. All right. Even our revered monarch, the Abba of Benin, talked about this, that, look, we didn't really feel your touch in Edo South. Going by these allegations and accusations, do you think electorate from Edo South will invest in him to become the man of the day, at least to come out tops as the governor of the state? Over now to you.
Well, to me, I could remember when he was the Commissioner of Environment. I happened to be with him. Most of the companies that they were working with, like I can use an example of a company like Glare Company. I was a consultant to the company. I know what he did. Most of the street lights, things in Edo, Benin in particular today, he was really the founding father of those things. he really makes sure Edo becomes a brighter state. You can imagine like that of the water fountain in Ring Road. He brought that nightlife to Edo State. I could remember then during their era, their tenure, you see even 12 p.m., people are still in Ring Road enjoying themselves. We were really enjoying the nightlife. But today, I think all those things are gone. So I think we need such a man. When he was a commissioner there, he never focused on Edo North. Most of the development that's tried, he did. That were commenced on.
No, they said when he was a minister.
Please, can I come in?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Can I come in?
Yes.
I will tell you that the issue of his visit to the Oba, to our royal
father,
who is our symbol, the symbol for all Edo people.
True.
Even those that have affinity with Edo, the Oba is our father and the one that covers all of us. It is just like when you go to the house of your father, and it is by tradition that even when he knows that you are very dynamic, there are questions he could ask you, so that you give an explanation or explanations, so that those who are hearing, just to tell the people who are there that is what you have done.
Okay, to debunk their minds of the allegations.
Yes, to debunk them.
Okay.
And now let me also tell you, when you have children,
yes,
and you see competition amongst your children, unhealthy competition, there are situations also where the children you love most, you don't expose them to danger. Let me give you an instance. You remember this, the story of the children of Jacob?
Yes, in the Bible.
Joseph
the dreamer.
Joseph the dreamer.
If Jacob, the father of Joseph, knew ahead that by pampering Joseph before the brothers were going to lead them to want to kill him,
hatred,
he will give him hatred. He will not have shown it.
Yes.
So if our monarch, the best way for him not to make one of his loved children to be in peril, if it is to ask some questions, what I think there's nothing bad in it. And let me also tell you, when you ask a child a question, we heard that you have done so much. What have you done for a particular people? This is what they are complaining about.
Yes.
If you ask, is it not a good thing? Mind you, the Omo did not say he didn't do anything. He just asked. And I want to take you back. In our history as a nation, have we ever had a minister like Prince Clem Agba doing a lot? For instance, I'm from Nwode, Edo South.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, the village where I'm from in Nwode, we have not had water for a very long time. But Prince Clem Agba, when he came and intervened, he brought, at the time, 4 industrial boreholes.
So you sunk boreholes in your area?
Yes, what do I call it? Solar propelled. And the water,
solar propelled boreholes.
Yes, the water were had been reticulated. And you see a situation where, because I'm from a border town,
yeah,
bordering Owan West and Isan West. You can see a situation where people from Mozala, Iruekwe and all that coming to fetch water in that place. Villages and all that doing it. And I will tell you that he has done so much for so many towns and villages within the Benin speaking.
All right.
And so, and let me also tell you, Agba is somebody who is a silent achiever. He doesn't like noise. Right? There are so many persons, when they do a little, the whole world will hear.
Yeah.
But Agba is not somebody like that.
All right. Now, if you take a look at the race, a prominent leader of the APC from Edo North, precisely a Senator, Comrade Adams Aliyu Oshomola, according to reports, appealed to aspirants from Edo North not to take part in the race because they already produce a minister. If that is the case, why are you still pushing for Clem Agba, knowing fully well that he's from Edo North? Over now to you, Alfred.
Okay, well, Adams Oshiomhole is a man I respect very well. He did well when he was a governor in these states. Well, he has right over his own opinion. And the towel is thrown open to everybody that have to contest. Firstly, you have to know that according to the Nigerian constitution or any party constitution, is there a place where they say a particular place would rule before the other one will rule? All these things are just mere speculations. If you are more qualified, okay, does that really mean if maybe a such person that is chosen from Edo South is nobody, or he's well corrupt and nothing to write out about, because it is the turn of the Edo South, we have to give to him? But I believe Nigerian or Edo State is more than that. At least we've grown more than that, instead of saying, imposing, if I would use that word, imposing any candidate on us. We are more than that. We need credibility. We need a good, a person that can give it that real good governance for us. Not just because we want to follow tribal sentiments. I believe we are more than that.
And
if I may be having in this country,
if I may
tribal sentiments.
If I may comment,
Tribal sentiments.
Yes.
if I may come in,
Please do come in.
we are, both of us are members or executive of Labour and Civil Society Coalition, LASCO.
Okay.
And if you know what LASCO means, it's Labour and Civil Society Coalition, where you have the organized labor and the civil society fusing together. And Adams Oshiomhole, in recent time, for I think about 20 years ago, right, or 22 years ago, was our president, and is highly respected. And for people like us, although we are supposed to play the watchdog role when it comes to democracy,
yes,
but we still have it in our principle of social democracy, that the ones you know that can perform should be encouraged to go into elective position.
Definitely.
Right? And our mantra that we did is called one man, one vote.
One man, one vote. And you people were like strongly behind Adams Oshiomhole, where
thank you.
Exactly.
Yes.
So,
in Edo, excuse me,
yes.
in Edo, when Adams Oshiomhole came to Edo, I was seconded from Lagos, from the National LASCO, to come and be the engine room of Oshiomhole's campaign. So that was why you saw that most of the movement then was done by the grassroots and all that. It was from there it emanated. But what surprises me most now is that in the collective, why should our respected comrade, Adams Oshiomhole, not like to deal with Edo people in the collective? Is it just an issue about him? No, it's not. And let me tell you, you talk about ministerial position going to that zone. Is it not so? Ministerial position is not elective position. Elective position is that of governorship.
Definitely.
Everybody has to run for it. The best has to come out.
Definitely.
the best has to come out.
That is what we are talking about. And let me also tell you, Edo APC and the National Working Committee of APC said that there is no zoning and they should throw the things open. And we got to know that 6 persons were cleared, 3 from each zone. And you encourage people to come and pick form. And after picking form, you are now saying a section of the state, a senatorial zone should be screened out. Whereas you said there is no zoning. Screening somebody as screening a zone out, is that not a zoning? And let me also say this. I'm not a member of APC, for instance, but I believe in social justice. I believe in justice as it comes to participation.
Definitely.
All right.
So what I am saying, and I want everybody to take it home. Yes, Oshiomhole is a leader in APC, a leader in Edo State. But I want to tell you, what he found very impossible to do when he was national chairman, I think it will be more difficult for him to do it Now, when it's no longer national chairman.
Anyway, when we talk about Comrade Adams Aliyu
Yes,
Shomole, since we talk about Clem Agba,
Yes,
whose interest you are here to
Yes.
represent. Now, if you take a look at the current situation of the country, you get to realize that insecurity seems to be the order of the day.
Exactly.
Despite the fact that the federal government choose to, do all within its power to make sure that the citizens are safe. Now, what do you think, coming to Edo State, will Clem Agba do differently to make sure that Edo citizens are safe? They can sleep with their eyes closed with that peace of mind.
Well, thank you very much. Security, as you should understand, is a thing of everybody.
Yeah.
This is not, security should not be tied to one person. Why? Because like our law enforcement agencies, they are not spirits, they are not ghosts, and they are not God to really pinpoint where all these miscreants or criminals are hiding. So security is a thing of everybody's heart. You do your part, I do my part. What do I really mean by that is that, firstly, are we really honest to ourselves? Honesty matters a lot. If you are really acquainted with some of the countries in the Western world, how do they do this? Most of the agents, that is the old ones, they use them as spies. Because like we that are young, we are always hustling. We really may not have that time to watch other people's attitudes or activities. But because of the sincerity, when they see somebody's ways are not going to the right way, what do they have to do? They call the police. But the major problem, our security agencies still have a lot to do. So I believe the government of today, or the one that are still going to come, they need to, first of all, get that sincerity between themselves.
Okay. If I may
No, hold on. It's when now. Do you mean that Clem Agba will make everything okay?
Definitely, he will.
In terms of security.
He will.
Yes.
Why? Because
right.
he has been tested and trusted.
All right.
Because
hold on. Let me come to you.
I don't want to add something to that security.
Okay.
Something.
Okay. Just okay. Go ahead.
Please,
go ahead. Yes.
Please. You see, Agba is a developer. He's not only a developer, somebody who distributes development. As somebody who had worked with the who was an exemplary minister of budget and national planning, who won so many accolades for Nigeria, and who is so respected internationally and within, you are going to see that the experiences he had there, he's going to put it to bear.
Definitely.
On what we have here. And if you remember the multidimensional poverty index something, that findings that his own ministry then released, what was it about? That the cause of poverty, multidimensional poverty in this country, that the federal government though has some blames, but the state and local government have more of the blames. Because to really take a people along, right? Yeah. The federal government has its own duty, and the state and local government have their own duty. Right? His ministry then prescribed certain things that needed to be done for us to have reduction of poverty so that people can be better off.
So and that can tackle insecurity.
I will tell you now that the greatest insecurity that can lead to insecurity is hunger, and penury.
All right.
Right?
All right.
When Agba came to Edo, you see his focus was mostly on the rural area, how to grow agriculture. Under the agriculture corridor program, he did a lot of programs so that we can have food sufficiency.
Okay. Now, if you take a look at the situation right now in those states, we have high rates of unemployment outside of those states. Even the nation get to realize that unemployment seems to be biting so hard. We have youths, graduates, still no job. How do you think Clem Agba, if peradventure becomes a governor, how is it going to change this tide?
Okay. First of all, do you know that there are a lot of job opportunities in these states? It's just that it requires you harnessing all those opportunities. One, if you've gone to Western worlds, there are people that are employed to pick this filter of cigarettes because it can still, it will be recycled for other things. This brings a jobs opportunity. I'm so surprised seeing a lot of trash cans in our coverts. Do you know that that one can fetch money? The problem we're having is a problem of recycling. There are some rural areas they don't have water, but if it were to be a Western world, you bring in a recycling machine there. A country like Germany, they don't have good waters. The little water they have, they do a recycling. Because of that, they were able to manage it. So I think any good government that will come in will have to start thinking about those ones. And if you know about all these ones, people are going to work there.
So you mean that Clem Agba have it all to relate to
Definitely, because
if I've been looking, if you know about the trust program, trust means transforming urban and rural spaces together. Do you know what that means? His whole focus is not only on rural area, on an urban area.
Both faith.
Both
urban and rural.
Yes, because if you look at Edo, for instance, now, especially in Edo South, we have all abandoned our villages.
Definitely.
And our villages have been taken over by strangers.
Yes.
We love city life. We stay in the city.
No, some are saying they are scared because of insecurity. Get to hear about farmers' headers clash. You get about kidnappers.
But when you have a situation where everybody is engaged, like I told you, the issue of insecurity will be solved, and the issue of food scarcity will be solved. And if I tell you, if you look at Benin City, for instance, Benin is more expensive than Abuja to live, apart from housing. In all other areas, Benin City is more expensive. Why is it more expensive? Because people are deserting their rural areas and coming to Benin. Like my place, I told you, I said it brought water to my place.
All right.
You see, people are now relocating from the from the other villages to my place.
I say that Clem Agba will extend development to
definitely
the rural area.
If I was to
by the way, we're pressed for time right now. Go ahead. Briefly.
Okay, if I was to come in, you know, I am so happy that when I read it in the net that the federal government and the legislators, they are about signing the bill of this community policing.
Yeah, state policing.
State policing. You know, if that one comes in, then this police can, those state police can be equipped with modern arms, firearms, so that they can cope with all these hoodlums. Herdsmen and all the rest that are holding sophisticated weapons. If you see, just like the little one we had now, those ones, the highest you see with them is a pump action of 7 rounds. And most of all those guns are not even in a good shape.
All right.
So you could imagine that.
And Clem Agba can equip the police force.
Definitely.
Definitely. And apart from
that, for the state police.
Definitely.
Yes. Okay. Now, before we go finally, you talked about LASCO. They're supposed to be watchdogs, but how come you guys are becoming partisan in this particular dispensation? How come you play a partisan role?
Well, let me tell you,
Briefly,
I'm
sir.
sorry, without embellishment.
Yes.
They call me the Odion way of the civil society in Nigeria, in Edo.
Yeah.
And that is what they also regard me to be in the country. In 2004, I represented Nigeria at the New Tactics for International Human Rights project in Turkey. I was there for almost 8 months.
But you should have been neutral in this dispensation.
No. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You see, neutrality cannot work it. If I know that Wilson Omaso, it has the quality of leadership, and the strategy we learned,
yes,
we have to put you into it, and you display what you know. If we didn't see Osiomole and we brought him in, we will not have what we have today.
All right, so you're saying Clem Agba have this that's why supporting him.
And those states will be better for it.
Yes.
All right, they vote him if they give him nomination and if he goes for governor.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. We'll keep watching to see what tomorrow will bring. So you heard them. They are there rooting for Prince Clem Agba. You heard their reasons. Let's see how this will pan out. Monday will be another day for the next edition of Road to Edo 2024. Bye for now.